Well, we continue to follow breaking news out of the Vatican this morning. Pope Francis has died at the age of 88. Francis suffered from chronic lung disease. He was admitted to hospital on February 14th for a respiratory illness that developed into double pneumonia. He spent 38 days there before being released. He was the first Latin American pontiff who signaled a very different tone for the papacy, stressing humility over hubris for a Catholic Church plagued by scandal. After being named Archbishop of Buenos Aires, he was elevated to cardinal in 2001 and was elected Pope in 2013. And joining us live with more reaction is Neil MacCarthy, Director of Public Relations and Communications for the Archdiocese of Toronto. We appreciate your time. It's been a long time since I spoke with you, Neil. I want to express our deepest condolences this morning. Tell us your reaction and how you're feeling this morning.
Well, thanks, Jamie. Good to see you. Unfortunately, under these circumstances, but yeah, it does feel like a bit of a gut punch this morning to get the news as we woke up this morning, especially after having seen the Holy Father on the Pope Mobile yesterday, greeting the crowd briefly, spending time very publicly. We were praying that he was turning the corner after those real medical challenges of about a month ago, but that wasn't meant to be. It's in God's hands, and he's been called home to the Lord. A difficult day for us, but as people of faith, we've just gone through Easter Sunday, the resurrection of Jesus, and so it is fitting in a way that the Pope has passed on Easter Monday after having that very high moment for the life of the Church.
I want to furthermore to that. I mean, Easter Monday, a day that is often a day of reflection and joy, cultural festivities for Christians to commemorate the resurrection. And on a day like today, with the passing of the Pope, tell us what's going through your mind and how do you think Christians are embracing a day that's supposed to be joyful and reflection, but at the same time, a day of sorrow as well?
It almost stops you in your tracks when you get the news, as you would with anyone who's passed. But I think, we got the gift of having him publicly visible yesterday, where he spent time, and we never knew it at the time, but that was his last goodbye, if you will, and that is prophetic in many ways. And a Pope who was really focused, as you mentioned earlier, on humility and compassion. It is very fitting that he kind of went quietly, said Happy Easter to everyone. I'm praying for you. Waved and said hello. Was just with prisoners outside of the Vatican at a jail a couple days ago, humbly as he began his ministry, ending his ministry.
When you look back on the last 12 years, I mean, he did so much, and many look at Pope Francis as one of the more progressive popes. And what are some of the things that stand out to you about his time as Pope, and what do you think part of his legacy will be?
Well, I remember standing in St. Peter's Square on March 13th, 2013, and people were saying, who is this person? Because, he wasn't as well known, the first Pope from South America, from Argentina. And from that moment when he said, please pray for me, that humility came out, and he shunned the papal apartments, lived in more modest accommodation, tried to strip the trappings of travel when he was, going abroad, although obviously security and everything is necessary. He talked about the Church being a field hospital, to reaching out to people on the margins, and, the prisoners, the immigrants and refugees, those who've been forgotten. And in Canada, obviously, we'll remember his legacy here as critical in moving forward that journey of healing and reconciliation with Indigenous peoples. And I was blessed to be part of the delegation that went over to Rome for that. He listened to the elders, survivors of residential schools, the young people. World leaders come and go, and they're there for 10 or 15 minutes, short meetings with the Pope. He spent hours listening to them, hearing them, not speaking, listening to them, and then said immediately after that delegation had visited, I want to come to Canada, not only, 2 years from now, I want to do it in 3 months. It was incredible.
Neil MacCarthy, Director of Public Relations and Communications for the Archdiocese of Toronto. It's great to chat with you. I wish it was on better occasion, but we wish you nothing but our deepest condolences, and also wishing you a happy Easter. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jamie.